I have so much exciting information for you guys inside of this video that I had to stand up today. We could not be sitting down for all this. We're starting off with the promo code RAID Vision for all of you right now. 2 energy, a 5-star chicken, 150 auto battles, and 300,000 silver. Make sure you claim that on your accounts right now. I'm just going to blast through all of the information for today, guys. I want all of you to know how exciting everything is. Plus, I have some insight on the new champions coming to the game, which I can't share with you until tomorrow. So make sure you don't miss that video. But we're going to take a look at some of that here today. Before I go any further, please download Raid Shadow Legends with my QR code. Now's an awesome time to play. Free champions are on the way. You get 2 with this code, more in the future, and use my link in the description. Hook up your boy. But we do have free gear removal coming as of tomorrow. Going forward, we are never going to have to pay to remove our gear again inside of Raid Shadow Legends, which is actually awesome. So if we go to equip this right now, notice you have to pay to do it. Well, that's going to be changing. That's gone as of tomorrow. Raid's listening. Minotaur super raids are not going away. We are going to be able to do super raids with Minotaur going forward forever. So basically half the time it's going to take for you to get all of your scrolls. This is another huge upgrade, quality of life change inside a raid. And you guys know that I love the arena, so I was really excited to hear 2 things about the arena. One, we're going to have friendly arena battles. This is going to be really cool because you could team up with friends, battle one another, and improve. Basically practice inside of the arena, which I absolutely love. And also notice right here, the live arena. It's active for 1 hour and 20 minutes more. But soon, the live arena will always be open. There will not be an active time and a sleeping time. What I guess this means is that Raid has a large enough player base and people interested in doing the live arena that they can leave it open all the time and it will always have players playing, which is a massive positive, both for live arena and for the game overall. It's just a positive game health type thing. Now, in unfortunate news, Chimera is not getting a quick battle option as of yet, so we're still going to need to use our 2 keys on a weekly basis and not have any type of fast mechanics, so we're going to have to waste our time inside of that, but the rewards are worth it at least. Now, we have some new champions teased and some new events. So from August 21st, which is tomorrow, through November 13th, you have 6 new legendary champions, and I know what they are, but I can't tell you guys just yet, so I apologize for that. But we have 6 new legendary champions, a daily login champion chase. We have an event dungeon with a new chronophage gear set, which we're going to show you in just a moment, 8 new event relics, fragment summon event, and various other tournaments, events, and activities. I will tell you what, guys, these champions, I'm very excited about. That's all I could say as of right now. Now I need to thank my boy Mutant Destroyer. He is my right-hand man with everything Raid, also a clan mate. If you guys want to join my clan, come on through. He sent me a bunch of things regarding the new event dungeon and some of the relics we're going to share with you guys right now. This is teasing the boss, and I'm telling you right now, you could see a little bit through that fuzz right there, just saying. This shows you what the boss is going to look like. It's a Void Affinity boss, Shadowkin faction. It shows you all of the details of this. Now, the question is, will this boss end up being a champion we can attain? Possibly. We're not sure yet. The event dungeon is back with a brand new BA boss. The event dungeon will be available only during the Little Time event. 30 stages, normal, with difficulty rising with each stage. There will be no waves, only a boss battle, but beware, as this boss won't be alone, but joined by mighty warriors unique for each stage of the dungeon. The event dungeon will be available from level 6 and higher from the 21st, which is tomorrow, through the 6th. I can't wait. Honestly, I'm thinking maybe I should do a live stream tomorrow for Raid with this new event and all this stuff coming. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys would like to see a live stream tomorrow. You can see right here, let's take a look at the kit really quickly. I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys. We're gonna, can I get a little bit more of it? There we go, that looks good right there. Attacks one enemy 3 times. The second and third hits of this skill will ignore 5% and 10% of the target's defense respectively. The second and third hits of this skill will deal 10% and 20% more crit damage respectively. That's the A1. The A2 attacks all enemies 2 times. Each critical hit destroys the enemy's defense by 5% and stacks up to 30%. Each critical hit also increases the champion's max HP by 5% and stacks up to 30%. Each hit has a 75% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted if the champion is under a Veil or Perfect Veil buff. 4-turn cooldown. The A3 attacks all enemies. Before attacking, steals all buffs from a single targeted enemy. The effect cannot be resisted if this champion is under Veil or Perfect Veil. Fills the champion's turn meter by 15% for each buff stolen. Will ignore 15% of the enemy's defense as well as shield and block damage buffs. If this champion is under Veil or Perfect Veil, will ignore 30% of each enemy's defense instead. 6-turn cooldown can be knocked down to a 4-turn. This honestly seems actually insane. If this is a champion that we're going to be able to attain, I want him. Passive effect. Decreases all incoming damage by 30%. This damage is split equally amongst all allies except this champion. Increases the champion's damage dealt by 15% for each ally dead. And then a little bit more on the active effect. So this is looking pretty awesome. And now we got some information on the Immutable buff gear set, which is the gear that we can get from this event dungeon. The new gear set introduces a brand new effect, Immutable buff. It will reduce the effects of any attempt to increase a skill's cooldown on a champion. A champion can receive multiple stacks of the Immutable buff. Each Immutable stack will reduce the effects of any attempt to increase a skill's cooldown. For instance, if a skill specifies that it increases a skill's cooldown by 3 turns, a single Immutable stack will reduce that to 2 turns. 2 stacks will reduce it to 1 turn, and 3 stacks will block the cooldown, increasing the effect entirely. After an attempt to increase the skill's cooldown, the number of Immutable stacks used will be removed. The Immutable buff has no duration and therefore cannot have its duration increased or decreased, and the buff also cannot be spread to ally champions. If an attempt to increase a skill's cooldown is made against a champion who is immune to cooldown increasing effects and has Immutable stacks, those Immutable stacks will not be removed. However, if an attempt to increase a skill's cooldown is made and cannot be resisted, Immutable stacks will be removed. If a champion is under an Immutable buff and another Immutable buff with less stacks than the champion currently has is placed on them, the number of Immutable stacks of that champion remains unchanged. If the champion steals an Immutable buff from an enemy, they will also steal as many Immutable stacks as the initial champion had when the buff was stolen. Whew! All right, new gear, man, and it seems like it's a bit of a complicated one, but I'm excited to have some new gear in the game. A little bit more information on the gear set from the dungeon. Raiding the dungeon will get some nice rewards among with this brand new Chronophage set, which consists of 9 pieces. So as you can see, with the first piece, you get 10% HP, then resistance, then 5 speed. Then the 4th piece, start the round with 1 Immutable stack. Then 5 pieces HP, 6 pieces start the round with 2 Immutable stacks. 7 pieces plus 40 resistance, 8 pieces plus 5% speed, and then 9 pieces start with 3 Immutable stacks if you're wearing a full set. And we also have, I believe, 8 new relics, maybe more coming to the game. We have the Thunderous Circlet. Wearer has a 20% chance of placing a 15% continuous heal buff on themselves for 1 turn after losing 25% or more of their max HP. We have Jaws of Hatred, rare. When attacked, the wearer has a 10% chance of increasing their defense by 10% at the end of the next turn, occurs once per skill. Then we have another, but this one is an epic, Exuar's Totem. Wearer's turn meter increases by 10% whenever an ally receives a stun, sleep, fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, and petrification buff, occurs once per turn. And Saint Xavier's Tribute, wearer has a 15% chance of placing a Veil buff on themselves for 1 turn at the end of their turn. The chance increases by 5% for each 15% HP lost. Then we have some legendary relics. Last Laugh Amulet, wearer has a 30% chance to activate a delay effect when receiving fatal damage, 3-turn cooldown. And Mask of Disquiet, wearer has a 30% chance of activating an instant turn effect on themselves for returning from sheep. Then we got some mythicals as well. Stars of Janang, where an enemy's turn meter, whenever a enemy's turn meter is increased, the wearer increases their own turn meter by 10% of the enemy's turn meter increase. And Zebia's Servitude, enemies cannot land critical hits on the wearer if the wearer's HP is below 15%. Nice, that's an interesting one too. And now if you want a little bit of an explanation of how the last laugh, how delay works on this, let's take a look right here. This last laugh amulet, the rarity, wears a 30% chance to activate a delay effect when receiving fatal damage for 3 turns. We just spoke of this. So the way that this is going to look is the delay effect will prevent a champion from receiving fatal damage, instead delaying it to their next turn. A champion under the delay effect can still be killed by enemies on their turns. If the champion under the delay effect receives healing equal to the amount of delayed damage, they will not receive any damage for the next turn. If they receive some healing but not enough to equal the value of the delayed damage, they will receive the amount of delayed damage remaining. If the champion does not receive any healing before their next turn, they'll receive a fatal damage when their next turn starts. So essentially what's happening here is the delay is to the damage that you are being hit with. And you have those 3 turns to be able to recover or rejuvenate some of that health so you don't actually die. Definitely a cool effect. Delay, I get it. Tell you what, guys, I'm pretty excited about all of these updates. First of all, I'm really excited because I already know what the champions are that are coming, and I can't wait for you guys to know as well. Like I said, I'm going to be sharing a video with you first thing tomorrow, giving you all the details of that. Don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe. In addition, it seems like just some of the new gear, the event dungeon, just everything seems to be falling in place with a lot of the quality of life changes that we just had drop inside of Raid as well. I think they're doing the right thing. They're listening to the community because they have competition out there. There are games that are coming out that offer things that Raid didn't, and it was important that Raid caught up so they're not basically just put to sleep by these other games that are available. And I think that they're doing a good job. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you come back tomorrow so you can stay up to date on all the details. And I'm thinking I may do a live stream tomorrow. If you guys let me know in the comments that you'd be interested in that, we'll let it roll. We'll go for it. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Hope you have a great day. Sub the channel. I'll see you back here tomorrow.